Hello and a very warm welcome to Talking Germany, the show where we do just that. And our guest today is one of Germany's top rappers. He's angry, not always, thoughtful, eloquent, big-selling, controversial, and he is Samy Deluxe.
Hey.
Hi, Samy.
Hi.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Samy, rapping, at least in the main, is about rhyming, yeah? Do the words Germany, German and rap rhyme?
Not really, no. But, you know, I couldn't always make stuff rhyme, you know. You just have to pronounce it different.
Yeah.
Sometimes, because I think, you know, language, of course, there's a right and wrong with language, but when it comes to poetry, when it comes to art, I think there's no right and wrong, really, you know. Sometimes I just pronounce words wrong. And it's just to make them rhyme or, you know, make it funny too, just make it entertaining, you know, just...
Is there such a thing as... I mean, I know you rap in German, but is there such a thing as German rap that is distinct from rap in France or rap in the States or rap in anywhere else in the world?
I think Germany definitely has its own, like, little scene and its own things that make it German. It's mainly the language, though, you know, because, like, from the influences, I always felt like Germany is not a country where young people could really... rely on old German culture to integrate it into, you know, like any new music, really, you know. I mean, of course, there's some rappers that did like Schiller and Goethe and stuff, but like most of the rappers really are inspired by American rappers, or, you know, I used to listen to a lot of British rap, or I know some rappers in Germany listen to a lot of French rap, and I think, you know, French rap definitely has, like, for me, like a little bit more own identity than German rap, because German rap always kind of follows up on not what I do, you know, but what the rest does. So they're always trying to follow up on stuff that's, you know, current worldwide.
Okay. Well, one of Samy's albums and his autobiographical book as well, they're called Dis, wo ich herkomme. Did I get that right? Yeah. Was that all right? Yeah? Did I do it? Yeah. Translated into English as That's Where I'm From. Really cool glasses there, Samy.
Yeah, pretty nice trailer for me. I got goosebumps of my own career, but the only wrong thing was I'm not called Samuel.
You're not called Samuel at all?
No, I'm just called Samy. It's Arabic, you know, S-A-M-Y.
Okay. This takes us right back to the beginning. And maybe another thing we got in that report was this problematic childhood. Is that a cliche or is that you?
Well, it's a different problematic childhood. It's not like I didn't grow up in a ghetto or anything. It was just like a real white upper class. What do you call it? Upper class neighborhood, and we kind of got in there with just because of a trade of a flat where we live in, because my mom my dad left early, like they just said, and my mom met a new man, and they needed a bigger flat, and we were living in Barmbek, like a much less flashy environment, and a friend of my mom lived in that place where we then moved into, in Eppendorf, and she split up with her husband, so she needed a smaller place, and it was just like a kind of accident that we landed there, and we were in this real nice neighborhood and had a nice flat, but we didn't have the matching Mercedes-Benz that every other neighbor had, and we didn't have, for me especially, I didn't have the matching skin color, you know, like, and at some point, like, I was standing in front of my own house, and people, like, neighbors that moved in knew, they were asking me, like, can I help you? And I was like, no, can I help you? You just moved in, you know, I live here before you, so it's kind of, for me, it was just, like, not like I had to fight every day, but I just always felt like I was the only one, you know? I always felt like I was really at the wrong place, and people were looking at me funny, and I didn't have anybody to look up to that was looking like me, or, you know. So
complicated stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. In the US, for example, they talk about African Americans. Are you an African German?
Well, in German, what they say is Afro-Deutsch, which means Afro-German. And I think that's just like wrong, because Afro is not... Afro is a hairstyle, you know, and I have straight hair, so I could never grow afro.
So it's not something you use.
So I don't use that word, and I think It's different. All those terminologies, like
it's become really complicated and not useful. It doesn't sort of get us anywhere. I often
a lot of Germans like to say farbig, which means colored. I don't like that either, really. So I just consider myself either like black or half black or black white.
You're a rapper. You're a rapper. You're a hip hopper. Is hip hop, is rap, is that black music?
What I learned it as that, definitely. I mean, when I fell in love with it, like in '88 somewhere, for me it was definitely just a black music, like
There are lots of good white hip hoppers in Germany. Or
not at that time.
You don't buy that?
No,
not at that time, no, okay, but now?
No. Yeah, now of course. I mean, it's become an international world culture, youth culture, so of course, like there's Asians and Latins and white people, Caucasians, so-called Caucasians. Everybody can do it now, but it was started as that, it was definitely like the voice of the people in the ghetto in America first, Yeah.
Are you a patriot?
I'm a hip-hop patriot, kind of, like, but not like really when it comes to a country,
You don't do that?
Not too much, no, but like my last project, my last album and the book and the TV format, and it was kind of about like Germany, about me realizing that Germany is not only the government and not only its history, but it's also the country that gave a guy like me opportunity to sell over 1 million records, have a 15-year career, consistent, me earning money, me being out there, me being heard. And so I was thinking, like, Germany is also all these people on the streets who also complain about the government. So there's, and for them I kind of have a patriotic feel, because I've been around the world so much that I saw that this country definitely has a big potential to become a very multicultural country, because I don't see America as that, and I don't see Britain as that, really, and I don't see France as that, because those countries with the history they have, with the colonial states or with the slavery, people have been there so long, but I feel like everybody living, like parallel to each other. They don't live with each other, and I think Germany, if you take it serious now, if a lot of people here take it serious now and work on it, I think this could become one of the real multicultural countries in this world.
I think people at home might be surprised by that, but it's a pretty interesting assessment of where Germany is at this point in time. Samy mentioned his project. A wry smile. I think I should just translate a little bit of what was going on there. You're singing along. You're saying the whole country is a nightmare. Who wants to grow old in this country? There's racism, aggression, stupidity, corruption. Who wants to grow old? Do you want to grow old in Germany?
I mean, I'm still, when I look at myself there, I feel old now, but I feel, usually, when I don't look at me so young, then I still feel young. So I don't know where I'm going to be in 50 years, but for now I just saw, because in recent years I've been in the States so much. My ex-wife was American, and it was always my dream, in my youth, like America, the country of all dreams, and it's so multicultural, and there's so many black people and white people mix everything. And when I came there, and the more time I spent there, I was seeing that it's really not a big unity, like when you can walk on the street and somebody walks behind you and you can tell by the way they talk if they are black or white, and language is definitely like one of the most distinct things of a culture. And then I don't see that there's one American culture. There's a black American culture, white American culture, Latin American culture, and for us here, I think there's a better way to kind of live together. I don't have like a slang that a Turkish guy couldn't have, or
Sure. But just tell me this. I mean, we talked about how people see you in Germany, perhaps, and see you now. I don't know. It's all changing. What about when you're in the States and you amble up to somebody and they say, "Where are you from?" You say, "I'm from Germany." What do people say there?
Mostly they just take it for an answer, because in America it's normal that some black guy could say, "I'm American," or people wouldn't even ask, like when they would ask me and I would say I'm from San Francisco, that would be an answer for them, like. And so when I say as a person of color, I'm from Germany, they still accept it as an answer. Whereas in Germany, we're not that far yet, because people haven't been here so long of other colors. So it's like when people ask me here and I say, obviously I'm from Hamburg, that's the town I'm from, when I'm getting asked in Germany, where are you from? I say I'm from Hamburg. They're like, hey, no, you know what I mean, So they don't even ask you know, but they want to know where the skin color's coming from, not where I'm coming from.
Let's talk about young people in Germany. This last summer you went out on tour around Germany together with a group of youngsters. Just give me a very quick take what that was all about.
It was about like me having this album and this book where I talk about Germany so much and my relation to Germany, kind of love-hate relationship. And then I thought it would be interesting to just gather a group of youngsters and go through Germany for 2 weeks and discover a lot of historical places, or visit a lot of historical places, a lot of cultural places, meet with a lot of people, from celebrities to everyday person. And just talk about Germany, and then always discuss it with the group of young people that we had. Like, how's your feeling? And we would always ask people about, okay, you think Germany can be in peace with itself, even though with the Nazi history, because that's the big thing in Germany, you know, like young people are like, I don't know, Adolf Hitler, I didn't do anything wrong. Why can't I say I like Germany without being called a Nazi, you know? And I think that's a big problem with this country that it has, because I'm not like a big fan of crazy patriotism where people go kill somebody else who's not within their group. But I think patriotism in some extent is good to help you grow, you know, because you're motivated.
Okay. Samy Deluxe. You weren't very fair to old Schiller there.
You know, I'm just trying to be honest, you know, like, actually what I said when I was rapping there, that's actually the main thing, you know, because I always have the feeling that people always treat hip-hop or what I do or what my colleagues in that field do as like a little phase that's going to pass by, you know, and I feel like it's as much German culture as what they did, and my rhymes are definitely better, but it's also because I live 100 years later and language develops, and the thing that you can do with language, or the ideas that you have. I mean, I definitely create more complicated rhymes if that's a measurement of quality within poetry, you know. But not everybody might see it like that. I don't say it's better for everybody, but for me it's definitely...
You've given us a pretty positive vision of Germany in the last sort of quarter of an hour or so. Let me just ask you this, though. In German culture, there's quite a lot of snobbery. There's a sort of a big divide between sort of high art and street art.
Yes, definitely. That's definitely a problem, and I'm trying to get into that and fix that also, because in Hamburg, for example, they're closing down, or in most cities they're closing down every youth recreational center, and on the other hand, in Hamburg they're building up this opera place which costs like billions of euros, you know, and then they made a wrong calculations a few years ago, and it's like, oh, we have to put 20 billion more into it, and it's from the cultural pot, or I don't know if we call it a pot, you know, from the cultural budget, you know, and this the same cultural budget that they always say is so empty that they can't afford to push the youth, you know. And for me it's like, why should you always push the elite and forget about the people on the street, you know?
What you're talking about there when you talk about fixing things, putting things right, you're talking about in part your crossover project.
Yeah, also about that, but also about like connecting with the right people, you know. My manager, she's her dad is one of the big conductors, right? That's the word. And so with those connections, we're also trying to, you know, like get into that world and trying to show those people the worth of what we do more, and bring stuff together, like bring hip hop and classic together at some point, and or make, you know, just tell them it's about poetry, it's about the use of language, you know, because as people can probably tell, I'm pretty articulate, you know, even being a rapper is not the cliche of a rapper being very articulate, but it comes from me growing up with a very articulate mom, and also paying attention to so many words, you know, because I listen to rap like other people read books.
Give me a quick answer to this one, though, because it's a thought that occurs. You want to be accepted by the mainstream, but when rap gets into the mainstream, that's not a good situation, is it? You don't want to be in the mainstream.
Well, I think, you know, you think because of my own scene kind of discrediting me for that? Or
because the energy comes from being against stuff.
Yeah, but sometimes, you know, you can be for stuff and also be against stuff, you know, like I just see, you know, that role that I was playing in that Weck mich auf, where I was just like a 21-year-old angry guy talking about how Germany is my nightmare. I think a lot of people felt that. That was my biggest commercial success. But I don't think a song like that really moves anything, you know, because it's just like there for people who say, yeah, I think Germany is too, you know. I don't know if I can use that language, but
you've used it.
And you know, and so right now my focus is more on saying it could be better than it is now. So let's try to work on it. Let's be more constructive with it, and not only, you know, only talk it bad.
Okay. Oh, Samy, what do you say?
It's terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice approach for his students. Yeah,
they liked it.
They didn't look like real big rap critics though, but
no. He was a bit stiff, wasn't he?
Huh?
He needs to work on his hands.
Yeah, you know, with the rap, it's a lot about feeling. You know, it's not everybody can write a rhyme. You know, but to rap is something different than just saying monotonous rhymes.
You left school quite early. You're obviously a very bright guy. Do you sometimes wish you'd gone on to study law and fought for justice and equality and all that kind of thing in that context?
No, not really, because I never came to a point where I had to regret it. My career's been pretty consistent, and on the other hand, I've seen a lot of people who've studied, who've did a lot of, you know, like went the normal way and didn't pay for them as well as my way paid for me.
Okay. Quick spontaneous answer. Hip-hop's been around for a long time, right back to the 70s at least, yeah. There's a lot of people who say, it's running out of steam. Are they right? Are they wrong?
I think it will never really run out of steam. It's definitely been a phase, especially in the States and also over here where the content has been missing, and it's a lot of about entertainment and a lot about like material aspects. But I think it always kind of goes in circles, and it's going to come back around to people being interested in more content and about messages and stuff. Yeah.
Even quicker answer. You once said you'd like to be a hero for your son Elijah. How could you do that?
By just like being me and just walking my way and just showing him, you know, like always improving, you know, because I don't want to be like a washed out 40-year-old rapper. I'm definitely working on other aspects, you know, just to, you know, be a public person and have a nice career.
Okay. Samy's brought along his CD, Das wo ich herkomme. You can win it. Just write to us here at Deutsche Welle. The address is DWTV Talking Germany team at Volterstrasse 613355 Berlin, Germany, or send us an email at talkinggermanydwworld.de. We need to hear from you within the next 14 days. And I should say that our choice of the winner is final. You can't sort of take us to court on that one. Samy, we're going to finish up with the Talking Germany quiz, the traditional way to wrap up the show. Quick questions, quick answers. Are you young and angry or old and wise?
I'm old and wise.
Insider or outsider?
Outsider.
Rap is poetry or protest?
Poetry.
Germany, integration or exclusion?
A lot of exclusion.
Samy Deluxe. I hope you've enjoyed his company. Come back next week if you have.